Welcome back to PAMAX Tactical. Today we're going to be talking about our new shades of OD green on our AR-15 platform. We also have an AR-9 and an AR-10 launch as well that is available. We're going to go over the build top to bottom, like always, 100% USA manufactured. Without further ado, let's get into it. We're here today with the Provoker from the Sons, Guns, and Pistachio podcast. We're just going to walk through this build kind of from a start to finish so you can see everything that's incorporated in it, and if you have any questions along the way, we'll address those.
Absolutely.
So we start off with our in-house 775 aluminum billet lower receiver. That lower receiver is going to have a built-in ambidextrous bolt catch right into the receiver. That's going to be included when you purchase those lowers. It's also going to feature a couple little extra flares and features over other standard forgings. You're going to have an integrated trigger guard. You're also going to have a flared mag well on the bottom. You're also going to have all of your, there's no roll pin, it's all threaded rod screws. So it's really easy and clean to assemble and put together,
So
which is a really
no
nice
fumbling,
feature.
stupid little pin.
Right, and you put in a punch in, you're trying to get that roll pin angled, and then you miss and swing. And you dent your nice brand new receiver. All that's been taken care of. It's got threaded rod screws. There's also a threaded rod screw capture detent on the rear of the receiver. So if you ever have to do any stock work to the build, it's going to be really easy to take apart. You don't have to worry about that detent spring go flying away on you. So working our way up from there, we're going to have our upper receiver, and these are going to be match set. So it's the matching upper with the lower. Also made out of 7075 T6 aluminum. It's going to be Cerakoted on these particular build. Each one of these parts and components for the 50 shades is obviously going to be a variety of different OD green color to give you that overall kind of look. We're going to have a built-in forward assist, and our standard brass deflector is going to be milled in there as well. It's going to have a standard dust cover. As you go into the heart of the build, we're going to get to our bolt carrier group. That's going to be our OD green X-Slick coating, D620 steel for the carrier, usually S7 or C158 Carpenter steel for the bolt. Everything's going to get precision ground and shot peened, properly staked. You're not going to have to worry about any parts or components coming loose from this building process, and you're going to be good for not 10,000 rounds, but tens of thousands of rounds over the overall carrier. So the X-Slick coating itself is good for several thousand degrees. We typically rate 6,500 rounds for the initial coat, and we actually offer a warranty package on all of our X-Slick bulk carrier groups that you can actually send them in for a recoat for a surcharge. So it's about $30 for a recoat. So you get that lifetime warranty package on your bulk carrier group without having to go back and spend more money when your nickel boron or your nickel Teflon wears out.
Right.
So that's an extra added perk with the X-Slick bulk carrier group. And then we obviously have an OD green to give us another shade. It's going to have a little bit of a metallic fleck to it, just like you see the same X-Slick OD green on the actual buffer tube.
That's probably the biggest jump in color across the entire gun would be the buffer tube.
You got the little flares, the buffer tube and the bulk carrier group being the same color. So it's got that little hint of metallic flake, but it's a nice little highlight of kind of an eye catch. And if you pull that stock open, you can see that a little bit more vibrantly there. The actual buffer tube is also made out of 7075 billet. We want a little bit more strength. This is a typical weak point on the AR-15 platform, so we want it to be able to take some abuse and get bounced around without having issues there. Moving upward, forward of the gun rather, we have our billet handguard. That's going to be made out of 6061 T6, and that's largely for tensile strength. The 6061 does a little bit better with tensile strength on the handguard than the 7075 in our experience. So we also have that color coded differently than obviously the rest of the part of the gun. The council nut, end plate, and handguard are going to be the same color code. It's going to be M-LOK. It's basically become the industry standard at this point. We're going to have on all of our handguards, they have anti-rotation tabs. They're milled right in.
It's not spinning.
Correct. So it pairs up nice and easy. You don't have to ever worry about this spinning out of place on you. The one really nice thing with these handguards, and we are going to do a video of the install of these later because it works out so very well. The barrel nuts on these actually float underneath the gas system. So there's no timing like you typically have with the Delta ring assembly. They just torque the spec, and then your gas system runs right to the top. For our barrel, we are running a Roscoe 14.5-inch barrel. If you're not familiar with Roscoe barrels, some premium quality barrel output. They're doing really good work at a very affordable price point. We've been using them in a lot of our builds lately. This one is chambered 5.56. It's a 1/7 twist, and it is a chrome moly line. These are going to give you sub 1 inch MOA at 100 yards. On the very front end, we have our Hades Gen 2. For those that are not familiar, the Hades brake is what actually started our company from the ground up. One of the very first products we did in-house. That's going to provide a 90% reduction in both your linear and horizontal plane of movement. It does have a little bit of an overpressure. It's not very loud for a compensator, surprising. But paired up with this barrel, it makes a really nice combo, and then it's pin and welded in place. So you have a 14.5 inch barrel, and then just over 1.5 inches, it's like 1.6 inches for the overall length on the Hades 2, and that's going to be pinned to a legal 16, so you have the shortest possible configuration you get as a rifle. Otherwise, usually we'd have a 16-inch barrel and then a brake, and it just helps condense that.
Yeah, cleaner looking profile too to the handguard.
So moving back over here to the gas block area, this is going to have an adjustable gas block. So we want you to be able to fine tune this. So this system really has a lot to offer for the value for the price point. It's going to have an adjustable gas block system that's going to be adjusted very easily. If you can access it with a smaller Allen key from the side, and if that ends up being a little too tedious or slow, you can remove these 2 front bolts on the front, and this entire handguard will slide off, and then you'll have access to maintenance your gas system without ever touching anything else. You won't have to move in your gas block components. You're not going to have to move anything with the barrel nut. You're good to go. Moving back to the rear, we have our ambidextrous charging handle by Brace Built. Also another very good product. We don't manufacture this. This is their proprietary product. Brace Built makes some really nice stuff. It's a brand that we trust and we recommend. Very nice, it's a smooth charging handle profile, and again, it makes a nice sleek look and affordable price point.
Yeah, I love the ambidextrous. Now what's going on with the grip? It's a little bit different than normal profile.
Right, so this is a Reptilia Core grip. Reptilia Core makes a very comfortable grip in our opinion, and we've actually transitioned to a lot of our builds, especially one we're starting to condense to be below that 16-inch platform. It makes it a little bit more comfortable and easy access to safety. If you look back behind you, we still have a bunch of guns that we sell and manufacture with this traditional A2 grip. Some people love that grip. In our opinion, the Reptilia grip is just a little bit better. It doesn't have any extra features or hidden pockets or storage or anything like that, but it's a comfortable grip with a good profile, easy access on off the safety. It doesn't stress your hand, especially if you're coming up with the weapon system time and time again. It's not going to stress that joint on your wrist. So ambidextrous safety here, and that's going to be a 45-degree angle safety, 45-degree safety, and that's going to be by milspec.
There's just a different profile in general.
That's correct. We're going to have a extended bolt catch on this side. We're also going to have our extended takedown pins. These are going to be through us. The nice thing about our extended takedown pins is not only is the one side extended, but it actually extends the profile past on this secondary side here.
Easier to pump out.
And it's so you have a push pull. Right. It breaks that detent just enough where you're not fighting it. You're not going to have to sit there and fight to get those pins out and get it apart. And it also has a detent on those pins still. So if you do prefer a really hard fit on your upper lower combo, and you can put a punch or a round in there and you can tap it out.
That sidetrack, I do love the extension on the bolt catch. I think that's a nice little feature. Yep. It's kind of a pain in the butt to try and grab the little.
Right. Yep. The extra profile gives you a little extra meat to get a troubleshoot and keep your weapon system functioning. And then our ambidextrous bolt catch, right? Obviously integrated into the receiver. That's a huge plus as well. It allows you to streamline the process and the mechanics. Moving into the fire control group, we have a 3.5 pound drop-in trigger, and then which has a very nice, comfortable profile. And then we have a set of our anti-walk pins that are securing that in place. There is an enhanced grip screw in here as well, which just allows a little bit of extra fine tuning, pushing that fire control grip to the right point because we hand tune all of our trigger work before they go out the door. But for the most part, that's the extent of everything that's in the weapon package.
I like the 100% made in USA. I like that everything is overly built, honestly. For an AR-15 platform, it's like an AK stability. Very nice.
So if we take it up out of the box, you can see here. We actually have on this side too, the magazine catch is one of our enhanced magazine button profiles. Just adds a little bit more flair. It's almost like a diamond pattern.
Right, you're getting a lot more pizzazz with the nicer parts, something that definitely looks a lot different than the average run of the mill, pumped out all the time, mil-spec pieces, which I personally love. I like the customization. The Hades brake, fantastic piece of item. I run it in all my rifles. It's definitely the way to go.
With the Hades, you can't go wrong, unless you drop it close to. Obviously, it doesn't work. It's designed
for 16
rifle,
inch.
rifle blank.
14.5 being the minimum.
Yeah,
is what I have on mine.
Would not go any shorter than that. It's designed to pitch back the gases at that particular patented angle to prevent you from getting the gas blowback, but still maximize performance. So it is a really good shooter. And the biggest thing with this system, a lot of guns out there that you buy out of the box, they have 1 or 2 features. This is a fully loaded platform for a relatively inexpensive price point for what it is. Not only 100% USA manufactured, but the combination of the systems combined is really where you're going to see your performance.
Right, and it's also almost completely ambidextrous at this point, right? You got your selector, you got your bolt catch, your charging handle, your mag release, or is that the same?
The mag release is going to be one side, and that's not ambi.
Right, but it's just everything really comes together to make a much better package.
Yeah, I mean, it's starting with the heart of the rifle being the bolt carrier group. A lot of people out there, especially in their build, they cut corners on price points on certain components, and it ends up coming back to bite you later on down the line. The bolt carrier group with the match grade barrel that's in here, again, Roscoe Barrels makes a freaking fantastic barrel line, and then we put that on with our high performing brake, and then you add all those little extras, the 3.5 pound trigger, the adjustable gas block, the 45 degree angle safety. It just makes for overall comfort and a really good, smooth shooting experience.
Oh yeah, all around. I mean, looking at the gun, the common misconception going to a gun show, whenever you realize that people see any AR-15 that looks nice, they just think it's a show gun.
You have a lot of AR-15 platforms of numerous manufacturers and variants out there. Some of them are very good, some of them are very functional, some of them are junk.
Right. Oh, it's just this gun particularly, it's not a pig with lipstick on, right? You see the bolt carrier group, someone says, oh, it's pretty well, it's functional, right? It's got the coating that outperforms nickel boron and nickel Teflon, as the Carpenter steel, which is an all-round better system than your average run-of-the-mill AR-15.
Right, and that's what we're trying to, our focus point is we're starting with that heart, that core concept, right? And then we're building outward from there. And then the paint and the color schemes and all the extras that get put on here, that's all after we have highlighted the rest of the build to be a functional piece of equipment. We're not making it look nice and skipping and cutting corners on the parts that really matter and make a difference. This is something that you're likely out to depend on, and we recognize that.
So what happens if I break it? I'm a little prone to that.
Well, first off, you're gonna have a hard time breaking this. You have to be really using and abusing it for this to have a failure. It's designed to be used as a weapon system that your life is going to be able to rely on. But if you do have, for some reason, an issue, whether it's a manufacturing defect or otherwise, we have tech support. You can contact us. We can assist you with troubleshooting. But it has a lifetime warranty on all of our parts as well. So we're going to take care of it, and you'll be taken care of.
Nice. So dependability in all regards.
Yeah. So I appreciate you coming out and having a conversation.
Absolutely. Make sure you check out Sons, Guns, Pistachios.
That's right. Yeah. Podcast that we PMAX Tactical sponsors. Definitely check them out, and definitely check our website out to see more. We're going to have our AR-9 and AR-10 overview on the OD green shades as well. Coming soon to you. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
It's a beautiful gun.